Welcome to my channel HD Rare Coins111, the place where history meets treasure. Here, every coin tells a story, from the oldest United States classics that shaped our past to the newest rare discoveries that amaze collectors today. If you love the thrill of uncovering hidden value, exploring the beauty of design, and learning the secrets behind coins worth fortunes, then you're in the right place. Join us as we dive deep into the world of rare US coins, both old and new, and reveal the fascinating details that make them priceless. Top 1. The Eisenhower $1 coin of 1971 stands out as a bold chapter in American numismatic history, representing a moment when the United States sought to reintroduce the large-sized dollar to circulation. Unlike the smaller dollar coins that came later, the Eisenhower dollar carried the heft and grandeur of classic American silver dollars, connecting the modern era to the days of Morgan and Peace dollars. This coin was more than just currency. It was a tribute to leadership, space exploration, and American legacy. When it first entered circulation in 1971, the Eisenhower dollar was greeted with both excitement and curiosity. It had been years since Americans saw a large-sized dollar coin, and its appearance immediately caught attention. Designed to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower and the Apollo 11 moon landing, the coin carried patriotic symbolism that still resonates today with collectors. The obverse of the coin features the portrait of President Eisenhower, the five-star general who helped lead the Allies to victory during World War II and later served as the 34th President of the United States. His strong and confident profile on the coin represents leadership and resilience, qualities admired by Americans at the time. On the reverse side, we find one of the most remarkable designs in modern coinage, the image of an eagle landing on the moon, holding an olive branch in its talons. This was directly inspired by the Apollo 11 mission patch, honoring the astronauts who made history in 1969 by setting foot on the lunar surface. This design tied together two legacies: the military heroism of Eisenhower and the technological triumph of the space program. The size and weight of the 1971 Eisenhower dollar gave it a commanding presence in circulation. At 38.1 millimeters in diameter and weighing nearly 23 grams, the coin was a substantial piece of metal in the hand. While it was practical for casinos and collectors, its bulk made it unpopular for everyday pocket change, which is one reason so many examples survive today in good condition. There were two main types of Eisenhower dollars struck in 1971. The first were the circulation strikes made of copper-nickel clad, intended for everyday use. The second were the special collector versions produced in 40% silver, sold directly to the public in special packaging. These silver issues added prestige and attracted the attention of coin enthusiasts from the very beginning. The 1971 Eisenhower dollars struck at the Philadelphia Mint carried no mint mark, while those from the Denver Mint displayed a small D on the obverse. Additionally, the San Francisco Mint struck proof and uncirculated silver issues, marked with an S. Each mint had its role in creating a wide range of Eisenhower dollars, some of which are now highly sought after due to rarity and condition. Collectors often prize the 1971 Eisenhower dollar because it marks the very first year of issue. First-year coins often generate strong demand, and the Eisenhower dollar is no exception. Even though millions were struck, finding a pristine example without marks, scratches, or blemishes can be a significant challenge. The silver versions of the 1971 Eisenhower dollar are particularly appealing. Struck in both uncirculated and proof finishes, they offer a richer luster and a heavier feel compared to the copper-nickel issues. Proof examples showcase incredible detail, with frosted designs contrasting beautifully against mirrored fields, making them stand out in any collection. Errors and varieties play an important role in the fascination with 1971 Eisenhower dollars. For example, collectors look for doubled dies, off-center strikes, or planchet flaws that can dramatically increase the value of a coin. These mistakes from the minting process transform an ordinary dollar into a rare treasure worth thousands of dollars. One of the reasons this coin continues to captivate collectors is its historical context. It was issued at a time when America was reflecting on its recent achievements, both in politics and science. Eisenhower's legacy as a military leader and president was still fresh in the national memory, and the Apollo 11 landing had taken place just 2 years earlier. The Eisenhower dollar brought these stories together in one bold design. The large size of the coin also rekindled memories of the great silver dollars of the past. For older generations, it reminded them of Morgan and Peace dollars, which had circulated widely decades before. For younger collectors, it introduced them to the excitement of handling a true cartwheel dollar for the first time. In terms of collecting, the 1971 Eisenhower dollar has become a foundational piece in any set of U.S. dollars. It begins the short but significant series of Eisenhower dollars, which ran until 1978. Owning the first-year issue is often considered essential for collectors who want to tell the full story of American coinage during the 1970s. The durability of the clad versions means that many circulated examples can still be found today, but high-grade uncirculated pieces are rare. Coins that were never released into circulation, carefully preserved since the day they were minted, are now among the most desirable. Grading plays an enormous role in determining value. A 1971 Eisenhower dollar in heavily circulated condition might only be worth its face value, but the same coin preserved in gem mint state can command an impressive premium. Collectors are willing to pay handsomely for coins that display strong strikes, minimal marks, and full luster. Silver examples from San Francisco are especially popular among investors as well as collectors. Not only are they visually striking, but their precious metal content adds intrinsic value. These coins were sold to the public in blue or brown packaging, earning them the nicknames Blue Ikes and Brown Ikes among enthusiasts. Beyond its numismatic appeal, the 1971 Eisenhower dollar has cultural significance. It reflects a moment in American history when coins were more than just money, they were commemorations of national pride. The coin embodies both the honor of a great leader and the spirit of space exploration. For many families, these coins were purchased as souvenirs and stored away as keepsakes. Decades later, those same coins are being rediscovered in drawers, albums, and boxes, surprising heirs with their historical and sometimes monetary value. The Eisenhower dollar series may not have circulated heavily, but it left a lasting impression. Its large size made it inconvenient for daily transactions, yet it became beloved among collectors and casino operators who used them extensively in slot machines during the 1970s. Today, the 1971 Eisenhower dollar is a fascinating blend of affordability and rarity. Common examples remain within reach for beginning collectors, while rare varieties and high-grade coins can reach extraordinary values at auction. Over the years, public appreciation for the Eisenhower dollar has only grown. What was once seen as an awkward, oversized coin has transformed into a celebrated collectible, admired for its artistry and historical depth. The symbolism on the reverse continues to inspire all. The eagle descending to the lunar surface with an olive branch in its talons symbolizes peace and achievement, a powerful reminder of humanity's ability to explore and unite. Collectors often build entire sets of Eisenhower dollars, but it is always the 1971 coin that sparks the most interest. It was the beginning of a series and set the tone for what would become a beloved chapter in American coinage. Auction records show that when preserved in exceptional condition, the 1971 Eisenhower dollar can bring breathtaking sums. Serious collectors recognize the difficulty of finding perfect examples from this year, making them willing to bid aggressively when one appears. This coin's story is not just about metal, design, or value, it's about legacy. It is about honoring a president, celebrating a space mission, and creating a tangible piece of American history. Each Eisenhower dollar tells that story in the palm of your hand. The journey from 1971 to today has only increased the allure of these coins. As time passes, their importance in the collecting world becomes even more significant, and the search for the finest examples intensifies. The Eisenhower dollar reminds us that coins are more than currency. They are miniature works of art, reflections of history, and treasures that connect us to the past in a deeply personal way. And when it comes to value, a pristine 1971 Eisenhower $1 coin has been known to reach as high as $240,000. Top 2. The Eisenhower Dollar of 1972 remains one of the most fascinating issues of the entire Eisenhower Dollar series. Struck in the early years of the coin's production, it became a collectible almost instantly because of its design, size, and especially the varieties that appeared during minting. While the coin was intended for everyday circulation, its true destiny was to capture the imagination of collectors and historians alike. At first glance, the obverse of the 1972 Eisenhower Dollar presents a powerful profile of Dwight D. Eisenhower, the U.S. president whose leadership during World War II and two-term presidency made him a national hero. His portrait conveys both strength and dignity, a fitting tribute to a man remembered for his steady hand in turbulent times. The reverse of the coin, however, is what draws the most attention. Continuing the theme from 1971, it features the bold image of an eagle descending toward the moon's surface, holding an olive branch. This imagery, borrowed from the Apollo 11 mission patch, stands as a reminder of the incredible feat of human exploration and America's role in it. The 1972 issue is particularly famous because it contains three distinct reverse types. Known simply as Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3, these variations in the design of the Earth above the eagle make the 1972 Eisenhower Dollar a treasure hunt for collectors. Type 2, in particular, is extremely rare and has become a prized possession for those fortunate enough to find one. The Type 1 reverse, struck early in the year, shows a rather crude rendering of the Earth, with indistinct islands below Florida. This version was common in Philadelphia issues and is the most frequently encountered variety for 1972. The Type 2 reverse is the star of the series. It displays a far more detailed and refined Earth, with the islands clearly defined. These coins were mistakenly struck with dies intended for proof coins, and only a small number entered circulation. Today, the Type 2 Eisenhower Dollar is considered one of the great modern rarities. The Type 3 reverse, introduced later in the year, corrected many of the earlier issues. It shows a clearer design of the Earth but not as sharp as the rare Type 2. This version became the standard going forward and was used for later Eisenhower Dollars. Collectors find the 1972 Eisenhower Dollar irresistible because of these varieties. The challenge of identifying which type you have makes each coin a potential discovery. Many people unknowingly possess one, not realizing that their coin could be worth far more than face value if it happens to be the elusive Type 2. Aside from varieties, the 1972 Eisenhower Dollar was struck at multiple mints. Philadelphia produced coins without a mint mark, Denver coins carried a D, and San Francisco struck both proof and uncirculated silver-clad coins with the S mint mark. Each mint contributed to the diversity and richness of the Eisenhower Dollar series. The silver-clad coins, containing 40% silver, were offered directly to collectors and did not see general circulation. These were sold in special government packaging, often nicknamed Blue Ikes, for uncirculated, and Brown Ikes, for proofs. Their heavier weight and lustrous finish make them especially attractive to numismatists. The Philadelphia Mint's Type 2 issue is, without doubt, the rarest of all 1972 Eisenhower Dollars. With only a limited number struck, its scarcity drives collector interest and auction prices sky high. Every time one appears at auction, it sparks excitement in the numismatic community. For those who enjoy hunting through pocket change or coin rolls, the Eisenhower Dollar of 1972 offers an adventure. Spotting the differences between the types requires careful observation, but the rewards can be astonishing if the right variety is discovered. The design of the coin itself carries layers of meaning. Eisenhower's portrait on the front speaks to America's political and military history, while the Apollo-inspired reverse celebrates progress and exploration. Together, they tell a story of leadership and achievement unmatched in other U.S. coinage. Because of their size, Eisenhower Dollars were not popular in daily commerce. Most Americans found them too bulky to carry around, which is why so many survive in excellent condition. This fact has helped create a large supply of collectible examples, though the rare varieties remain scarce. Grading is a major factor in determining the value of the 1972 Eisenhower Dollar. Coins in circulated condition are often affordable, but when found in pristine mint state, they command strong premiums. Proof coins from San Francisco display stunning beauty, with frosted designs and mirror-like fields. The rarity of the Type II variety cannot be overstated. It stands as one of the most important modern coins in the United States. Unlike some rare coins from earlier centuries, the Type II Eisenhower Dollar is accessible enough that collectors still dream of finding one unexpectedly. This element of surprise is part of what makes the 1972 Eisenhower Dollar so beloved. A coin that looks ordinary at first glance may, upon closer inspection, turn out to be a treasure worth thousands. That sense of possibility adds excitement to collecting. Eisenhower dollars also played a role in casinos during the 1970s, where their large size made them popular in slot machines. Many of the circulation strikes ended up there, while the silver-clad issues remain mostly in collector hands. Over the decades, appreciation for the Eisenhower series has grown. Once dismissed as cumbersome, these coins are now recognized for their artistry, historical value, and collecting challenges. The 1972 issue, in particular, stands at the heart of that fascination. The artistry of the reverse design has earned lasting praise. The eagle on the moon is both powerful and peaceful, embodying America's dual identity as a defender of freedom and a pioneer in exploration. It is one of the most iconic images ever placed on U.S. coinage. For those building a complete set of Eisenhower dollars, the 1972 coin is a crucial piece. Without it, the story of the series remains incomplete. Collectors strive to obtain not just one version but all three reverse types to truly appreciate the nuances of the year's production. Numismatic history tells us that even relatively modern coins can hold enormous value when scarcity is involved. The 1972 Eisenhower Dollar is living proof of this, showing that rarity does not always require age. It requires circumstance, error, and luck. The Philadelphia Mint's oversight in using the wrong dies to strike circulation coins created one of the great modern rarities. What began as a mistake has since become one of the most desirable coins of the 20th century. As with all coins, condition is everything. A 1972 Eisenhower dollar in poor shape may only be worth face value, but one in flawless condition, especially of the rare Type II variety, can attract breathtaking sums at auction. This is why collectors constantly search through collections, rolls, and even old casino stockpiles. The dream of finding a perfect 1972 Eisenhower dollar keeps the thrill alive in numismatics. Beyond monetary value, these coins carry emotional meaning. For some, they are reminders of the 1970s era, when the nation celebrated space exploration and remembered President Eisenhower's legacy. They are pieces of history you can hold in your hand. Over half a century later, the 1972 Eisenhower dollar has cemented its place as a cornerstone of American coin collecting. Whether admired for its design, valued for its rarity, or treasured as a family keepsake, it remains unforgettable. The Eisenhower dollar represents a bridge between past and future, honoring both leadership and exploration. The 1972 issue, with its famous varieties, ensures that it will always be a highlight in the world of modern coinage. And when it comes to value, a pristine 1972 Eisenhower $1 coin has been known to reach as high as $230,000. Top 3. The Eisenhower $1 coin of 1974 is a remarkable piece of American coinage that carries with it a blend of history, symbolism, and collector intrigue. It was part of the short-lived Eisenhower Dollar series, which ran from 1971 through 1978, and during its production, the coin became a symbol of national pride and a reminder of America's accomplishments in both leadership and space exploration. The obverse of the 1974 Eisenhower Dollar features a strong and detailed portrait of Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States. His image, designed by Frank Gasparo, reflects both his role as a World War II general and his 2 terms as president during a period of prosperity and global tension. The portrait's bold lines give the coin a sense of authority. On the reverse side, the design continues to celebrate one of America's greatest triumphs, the Apollo 11 moon landing. The majestic eagle, wings spread wide, descends toward the lunar surface with an olive branch in its talons. Above it, Earth hovers in the background. This reverse not only honors exploration but also emphasizes peace, blending strength with humanity's dream of discovery. The 1974 issue was struck in both copper-nickel clad for circulation and 40% silver versions for collectors. The silver-clad coins, produced at the San Francisco Mint, carried a special appeal because of their heft and luster. These collector coins were sold directly to the public and quickly became cherished souvenirs. Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco all contributed to the production of the 1974 Eisenhower Dollars. The Philadelphia coins bore no mint mark, the Denver coins displayed a small D, and San Francisco coins carried the S. Collectors today look for examples from each mint to build a complete picture of the year's output. The Eisenhower dollar had mixed success in circulation. Its large size and weight made it unpopular for everyday transactions, but its imposing appearance gave it a certain charm. Many ended up in casinos, particularly in slot machines, where their size was an advantage. Others were kept as keepsakes by Americans who admired the tribute to Eisenhower and Apollo 11. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar is especially interesting to collectors because of its position in the timeline of U.S. coinage. Just 1 year later, in 1975, production would shift toward bicentennial coinage, featuring the special dual date 1776 to 1976 designs. Thus, the 1974 issue represents the final, regular, Eisenhower dollar before the country entered its bicentennial celebration. This makes the 1974 Eisenhower dollar an important transitional piece. It marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. Collectors who want to tell the full story of the Eisenhower series always seek out the 1974 coin as a vital component. Condition plays a massive role in determining the value of these coins. While circulated examples are readily available, coins in pristine mint state condition are far scarcer. A coin free from scratches, contact marks, and with full original luster is a true prize for collectors. Proof coins from San Francisco stand out for their beauty. With frosted designs contrasting against mirrored fields, these coins reveal the artistry of Gasparo's work in exquisite detail. The eagle, in particular, seems to leap from the coin when viewed in proof finish. Although the 1974 Eisenhower dollar may seem common, there are certain varieties and errors that transform ordinary pieces into extraordinary treasures. Ms. strikes, double dies, and off-center coins are especially sought after and can bring large premiums at auction. Another aspect that excites collectors is the survival of original mint packaging. Many silver-clad issues were sold in government holders, nicknamed brown ikes, for proofs and blue ikes, for uncirculated. Coins that remain in this packaging are even more appealing, as they show the coin exactly as it was delivered decades ago. Historically, the Eisenhower dollar was more than just money, it was a symbol of America's progress. Eisenhower represented strength and unity, while the Apollo 11 mission represented human achievement. Combining both legacies on one coin made the Eisenhower dollar a piece of history rather than just a circulating dollar. By 1974, Americans were accustomed to seeing the Eisenhower dollar, but its presence still carried weight. Unlike smaller coins, it had the commanding presence of a cartwheel, reminding many of the classic Morgan and Peace dollars that once dominated U.S. currency. Collectors today appreciate the Eisenhower dollar for that very reason. It was the last large-sized dollar coin issued for general circulation, giving it a nostalgic link to the grandeur of earlier coinage. Once the series ended, the U.S. Mint shifted to smaller dollar coins like the Susan B. Anthony, which never carried the same presence. The Eisenhower dollar series is often considered undervalued compared to earlier silver dollars, but interest has been growing steadily. The 1974 issue, in particular, has seen increased recognition due to its position right before the bicentennial changeover. When examining a 1974 Eisenhower dollar, collectors look closely at details like strike sharpness, the clarity of Eisenhower's features, and the precision of the eagle's feathers. Strong strikes with minimal wear are rare and highly desirable. Silver examples add another layer of appeal. Their intrinsic metal value, combined with their limited mintage, ensures lasting interest. These coins were not released into circulation, so they often survive in better condition, which is ideal for collectors. The 1974 Eisenhower Dollar also carries sentimental value. For many Americans, it recalls a time of national pride and reflection. Owning one is like holding a small piece of 1970s history, a reminder of both a great leader and a groundbreaking space mission. Some collectors pursue entire date and mint-mark sets of Eisenhower dollars, while others focus specifically on silver issues. Regardless of approach, the 1974 coin is a must-have, and high-grade examples are often the centerpiece of these collections. Auction houses have seen growing demand for the finest examples of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar. Coins graded at the highest levels by professional grading services are scarce, and competition among serious collectors can drive prices into astonishing territory. The large size of the coin makes it a perfect display piece. Collectors often showcase Eisenhower dollars in albums or holders where their bold designs can be admired. The eagle on the moon remains one of the most dramatic reverse designs in modern American coinage. Errors from 1974 add another layer of fascination. Off-metal strikes, dramatic die cracks, and unusual minting flaws can turn a common coin into a numismatic marvel. These pieces, while rare, highlight the unpredictability of coin production and the surprises hidden within the series. Over time, appreciation for the Eisenhower series has grown steadily. Once dismissed as cumbersome, these coins are now celebrated for their artistry, symbolism, and the unique role they play in the history of U.S. coinage. The 1974 Eisenhower dollar's importance grows when viewed in the context of the entire series. It bridges the standard design issues with the special bicentennial issues, making it essential to completing the story. Numismatics is not just about value, it's also about connection. When a collector holds a 1974 Eisenhower dollar, they are connected to the legacy of a president, the achievement of Apollo 11, and the final era of large-size U.S. dollar coins. For some, these coins are family heirlooms, passed down from parents and grandparents who purchased them as keepsakes. For others, they represent the thrill of the hunt, the possibility of discovering a rare high-grade example or a unique error. No matter the perspective, the Eisenhower $1 coin of 1974 commands respect and admiration. It embodies strength, peace, and progress, making it one of the most compelling coins of its time. And when it comes to value, a pristine 1974 Eisenhower $1 coin has been known to reach as high as $220,000.